Hello, friends. Oh my goodness, it's one of those days. All of a sudden, it's too far ahead of time, and then the next thing I know, I look up and it's past timed to be on. So, some days are like that, right? I am so glad to have you here today. And we are going to do something fun today. We're going to do another fun fold, which you can either do for a card or you can use it in a junk journal. So, what in the world? Okay, so there's some tiny little thing of my my logo right there in the middle of the screen. Okay, we got rid of that. So, hang on. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? Let me pull this up here so I can see my comments and make sure the sound is off there. All right. There we go. What have you guys been up to today? Hi, Molly. Hi, Martha. You guys doing good today? Oh, okay. So for some reason, I feel like it's Monday. I guess because, because this is the first time I've gone live this week. So it kind of makes me feel like it's Monday. But indeed, it's Tuesday. So we've got a lot to cover today. So we are going to just jump right in here. Let me share it one more place. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube today. Like most of the time anymore. Let me just share it into my group. And if you aren't familiar with the group, it's on Facebook and it's called My Artful Adventures Clubhouse. And you can, ask to join. Just answer the questions. At least agree to the rules. It's nothing hard. No super duper hard questions, you guys. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and jump down here. So I am going to make a fun fold card, and then I'm going to show you how you can also use it for a junk journal. Did you guys like that when we did that last week? I thought that was kind of fun. I'm always telling you that you can use some of those things in your journals too. And so last week I thought, I'm just going to show them how. Now, last week we had to kind of, play around with our measurements last week. And this time we won't. We'll use the same measurements for the card as what we're going to use in the portion for the junk journal. We're just going to do it a tiny bit different, okay? So let me change this down here to the desktop. Okay, there we go. Let me back out a little bit. Whoops, wrong thing. It's super close. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with an 8.5 by 8.5 square. And the nice thing about using an 8.5 inch square is you'll be able to, even if you've got 8.5 by 11 paper, you'll be able to use it just like that. Hi, Joyce. And so that's kind of a nice thing because a lot of times people are getting some of their colored papers in 8.5 by 11. Not everybody does it for 12 by 12. Not everybody uses all the 12 by 12 paper. So this is, a lightweight cardstock. This is one of the in colors from Stampin' Up! This year. It was new this year, and so that means that it will be available for 2 years. So that's kind of nice. So what we're going to do is we've got our 8.5 by 8.5, and we are going to score it in half. Okay, so 4 1/4. I'm going to bump it up against this nice straight line, and this particular trimmer has a score blade and a cutting blade up here, so you can get all of it done all together. Hi, Carol. And so we're just going to score it at 4 1/4, and it does a light score. You might want to go back and forth, but it does do a really light score. It's not as heavy as sometimes. You can certainly do this on some other scoring tool and then come back and finish up on where you need to do cuts. So basically, so far we have scored it both ways. Let me see if you can see that. See, we've got it going vertical and then horizontal as well. So just turn your paper 90 degrees and then you can get it the other way. All right, now Oh, Molly said last week she made one for her journal. Nice. Excellent. Okay, now then the other thing is we're going to do corner to corner. And so, you know, I've told you before, a lot of times when they've got one of these tracks in the middle, you can line those up right in the track. So what I want to make sure that I'm doing is I can see it up where the little track is there, and I need to match it down here. And sometimes you got to kind of play around with it to keep it right where you want it. And then you can kind of check again after you put your little, I don't even know what you would do this. Maybe like a guide. And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the other corner to corner. So, and I tell you, on regular scoreboard, sometimes it takes you a little playing around to get corner to corner, but you can do it. Just run your scoring tool straight down to the other end. So, whoops, I almost cut it, you guys. Maybe having my cutting and scoring in one place might be dangerous for me. Okay, now we're going to put it back and we're going to cut from the halfway point here, like this. And we're going to end up folding it, so it doesn't matter. So I want to cut just up to the score line or down, whichever way is easiest for you. So I'm going to put that back in that same guide so I can see where it is. And maybe this time I'll start here. So I can start at my 4 1/4 and then just go down. You just want to be careful that you don't cut farther than that. If you cut much farther past your fold, and this is a little, just a tiny bit into it, that's pretty dang close though, so I'm good with that. So now then, we're done with measuring that. Let me set this out of my way. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to do, like, on each square, you're going to take that diagonal fold and you're going to do a mountain fold, okay? And so then you're going to bend it back. And then on this one, you're going to do a mountain fold. So all these diagonals are a mountain fold, and then the other straight lines are the valley fold. That's kind of an easy way to remember, whether you're going up or down, right? Mountains and valleys. Mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. And then this one. Now this last one, the last one we're just going to leave alone. And it does have that diagonal, but we're going to cover it up, so it won't really matter, okay? Now, this is where we're going to, this is going to be like the inside of our card. And so this part would be up. And so you might even want to just take something and do a little arrow up so that you can remember that. Now, don't do that if you're going to use this whole thing and if you want to stamp on it or something. So just leave that. Hi, Carol. We got another Carol. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we've got that there. And now then, what's going to happen is we're going to paste on these, or paste, we're going to glue other things to these things. Now, there's a variety of ways that you can do this. You can make it to where it kind of turns all around, but for what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to, well, you know, I'll just, let's see. I'll show you what we're going to do here. Let's do this. So this one is going to go up this way. You can do this, so this can go up. I'm going to show you the difference before we actually glue stuff on, okay? So this is going to be the front of our card. And go ahead and take like a bone folder and, you know, really give these a good smash down. And, you know, the longer that they are pressed together, you know, the less likely they are. Well, they're still going to like want to pop up like that, but that's kind of the fun part, right? Okay, so now, let me see. I'm going to pull out some things here that I've already got ready. So, Oh, shoot. Now this, oh, I didn't even think about this, you guys. I really need to have, you guys, let me reach over here and grab my other, oh, I got a white piece right here. This will be handy. I did not think about this. I made these 4-inch squares, and I actually want to make sure that it is super sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it with a 4-inch square. No, wait a second. Did I do these 4 inches? No, these, yes, these are 4 inches because I'm going to let it peek out that really pretty purpley color. So I'm going to cut these at 4 inches, make 4-inch squares. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I really know. I promise you. But since it's got half of it that's just kind of flying loose in the air, I think we'll be a lot better off if we give it a little backing. Now, if you wanted to, you could have like another color, and then what you would be doing is then it would kind of have a look like this. You would have your purple, you would have something else, and then you could have, you know, this in here with your little borders. And if you were going to do it like that, you know, then this would be 4 inches, and then this one could be 3 3/4 of an inch, so that you would have that little bit of a border all around. But I don't really want to do that. I want just this paper and then the purple to show out along my edge. That's what my plan is. So I just need these to be 4 inches, but I do want them to be sturdier, so that's why I'm going to back this with a piece of white. And let's see, let's just go ahead and get some glue on it. Look how pretty the back of this is, you guys. Isn't that pretty? That pinkish color. Kind of a little botanical print on the back. And you guys, it's a non-directional print. How many of you guys are always happy when you find something that is non-directional, so it makes it easy to use for whatever you want to? I always am. Okay. Let's just put that on here. Now, actually, one of my others is a little bit of cardstock. And you know, the fun thing about any of these projects is you can just, you know, you can tailor it for however you want to make it. And then I've got this purple one, and I'm going to put that down. Okay, so a little bit of glue there. Now my other pieces, I'm not going to use a print. I just decided to use white, and then I could decorate it however I wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my front piece on, and I'm going to leave that tiny little bit around there for the purple to show. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this along here, and I don't want it to get it too close to the edge because I don't want it to seep out. Oops, that one might have got too close to the edge. Whoops. We'll see. Hopefully not. Then we'll just put it like this. And then the other parts, oh my goodness, I got something popped up here on my screen. There we go. So now then we've got that little bit of a border of our color showing all the way around. You just want to make sure that it's not, that you don't have glue seeping out here so that it's going to glue your pieces together, right? Okay, so when this comes around, it's going to be like this. Now, I've seen some of these to where each one of these is rotated a different way. Like this one, oh, I should have brought something to show you the difference. You know, here's a piece right here. let's just, for example, if I put this one with the arrow going up like this, when we open this and somebody twirls it all around like this one is going to be a different direction, okay? So this would be upside down, this one would be going this way, and then this one would be, you know, going this way. So it just depends. Maybe you don't mind that, and that could be a lot of fun for somebody to just, you know, keep turning it like this. In fact, some people call it an infinity card, right? So, you know, you just don't have to, do that. You can do it just like this. And so we've got this one here. And I think you could even just open it like this to put your other pieces down. I'm going to put a white one right here. So again, I only want some glue in this triangle part and not too close to the edge. We need it to stick on there. So I mean, this one we could just go ahead and put like a little decoration in the corner if we wanted to. And it's not going to matter which way it goes. And then this one, we've got the backing on here, so it's pretty sturdy, right? And so each of these where you've got this, the arrow, that's the part you want to glue it on, right? So we'll glue on this one. And maybe you just want to, you know, make a little dot. So it's up to you if you want it to all be straight up and down. The one cannot be straight up and down, the front cover, because as you open it, it's going to be twisted when you look at it flat. There's just no way around that. And then we're just leaving that about 1/8 of an inch border. Whoops, my glue. Well, I always say I like liquid glue because you can maneuver it into place, right? About maneuvered out. It seems harder to find. What seems harder to find, Molly? And then this one, I'm going to put another piece of white here, just like this, because then you could stamp a greeting or something like that right there, and that's going to kind of be our inside piece. You could think of it as like that's the part that you would see if you opened a card all the way up. Okay, so now I'm just going to put that there and leave that bit of a border. Now, one of the things that you might want to think about too is that on the back, oh no, this one, yeah, it does. It has a little bit of scoring because we scored corner to corner, right? But on this particular tool that I used, it's not heavy enough that you could even see it because I think I scored it on this side and you can't even see it like that. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. It just bends around like this, bends one more time, and then there's the front right there. So I am going to make, I've already cut this. This is like about, I think this was about, it was actually a piece left. It's about 3 5/8 probably, but I just cut that off. It was left when I cut my 8.5 inch square, and I just thought this would be fun. And here's some of these things from these ephemera packs. There's also a new one that I got at, well, it's new to this year in the catalog and Stampin' Up, but this is called Labels and, what was it called? Labels and Layers. And so you've got all kinds of things that are already labels that you could use. Some of them have holes that you can punch out. They're little die cuts, but they're, you know, in here you just kind of punch them out. And I thought this one would be cute with our purple, so I'm going to punch that out. You guys know, you know, not everybody likes to stamp, and so some of these things, Stampin' Up! Has made it to where you can make some pretty cute cards without even having to do any stamping. So here's from one. This has lots of words with it. These are ephemera packs is what I think they are all called in the catalog. So I thought this was cute. It's that same really pretty color. And it says love you forever. And so I thought that would be fun to put along here. And let me see if that's going to work, you guys. Is there enough room for our flower if we do that? I hope so. Yeah. I'll just leave a tiny, tiny border right there on the edge. Hey, Lori, how are you? Oh, it's harder to find non-directional paper. I kind of agree with that. And sometimes you look at one and you first think it's kind of non-directional, and then the more you look at it, it's like, well, it's not that non-directional. That's what I find anyway. Okay, now I'm gonna put, you guys, I hope some of you are way more organized than me, because I got ready to use my to pull out my dimensionals for this project. And do you think I could find them? No, I had a whole sheet of them sitting here. I do not know what happened to them. So I do have some of this foam tape. So I'm just going to use that. You know, we've always got something we can use, right, guys? Okay. Oh, you're in stand cool, huh? It's hot outside. I don't know. Let's see. What is our temperature right now? I think my husband said it was supposed to get kind of hot. Well, it's just 90 right now. That's not too bad. Not too bad yet. So I'm just going to twist this around here so it fits. Like that. Let's see, let's put this up here too. That's cute. I don't know. What do you think, you guys? Should we layer this on? Well, there's not much if I don't put it here. Oh, what do you think of that? Do you like that? That's kind of cute. It just gives it a little something something, don't you think? Let's put that there. Do you like that? A good day to stay in. Yeah, any of these days that are scorchers are good to stay in, aren't they? Okay. We'll just kind of tuck that behind, and we can just let it rest on this other thing. And you guys, I just cut this rectangle, and I just used a little, just a regular tiny, you know, hole punch, and did this little treatment on the corners. So I thought that would be cute. And so let's go ahead and bump this up a little bit too with some tape. You guys, I have no idea how old this foam tape is, and that's why I am putting a little glue under it. Do you guys have stuff like that? You pull it out and you're not sure how old it is? When you've been crafting for quite some time, it happens. Okay. So I think that'll be nice and give it just a tiny little bump. I got something sharper. That was hard to get that off with that other one I pulled out. There we go. Here's my dental tools. I don't know what they were for. You know, I got these at Harbor Freight years ago. It was like a whole set of them. And I don't really know what they were meant for, but I just laughed when I saw them, and I thought, oh, those could come in handy for many things. Just because. Oh, wow, Martha, it's 90 there today too, huh? Okay, so now I'm going to put this on here. Pull it more, just slide it off there. And I'm just going to put it on here. Well, I'm not real wild about that green with the rest, with the greens that are in the print now that it's on here, now that I look at it, but it's okay. I'm gonna live with it. And then you could do something fun. Let's see. Let's find something else to put on here. Just to give it a little bling. Oh, maybe just even one of these. Just something. We gotta have something. Or maybe just some... Well, I don't want to use stickles because if I get to folding this anymore, I'll just have my hands all in it. Do you guys do that? Do you put stuff that's wet on and then the next thing you know, you're dragging your hand through it? Yes, the good old scrapbook days, right? Now let's see. Let's kind of stay in this same family of colors. You know what? I think even just one right there. I think one looks pretty. Just leave it just like that. I think that's kind of pretty. And so then you can just pull it open like this. And then you could still decorate, you know, some other things on here. And let's see. I think there's some other flowers in here. Maybe we could put something in here. Let me see. I think I pulled some other flowers out. Oh, this is pretty. We could stick this over here in the corner. Kind of goes with all of that. Could just do that. Put it there. Let's just stick that there. And it already has a little bit of green on it. I'm going to turn it because I think it might... I want to make sure I have room to do some kind of a greeting. Well, I don't know. The little buds look kind of silly that way, but not the best way to turn it probably, but I think it'll be fine. You know, a lot of times we spend so much time thinking about where we're going to place something, and nobody else is going to think that much about it. It's just going to be us. Now, there's still room. You could stamp something, or you could, you know, use some more of these little phrases or whatever you want to do. And then there you have it. Isn't that cute? And so you just... But see what I mean? There's no way that this one can be another direction. This one is always going to be going that way because as you fold it up, that is how it's going to end up. So there we go. There's our first little card. Now, let's take this same concept and let's put it into a junk journal. And this will give us a chance if somebody popped in late, they can watch and see how we got the base that we were working with. Let me set these things aside, out of the way. And I'm going to still work on the one that we made that was the card and envelope journal, you guys. Or cards and envelopes. It's made from cards and envelopes. So, okay. Now I've already done some work ahead, okay? So what we want is an 8.5 inch square piece. And this is a lightweight cardstock. And then we are going to score it we're going to score it in half. So that's 4 1/4. So you want to make sure that it's nice and straight. So 4 1/4 this way. And rotate it 90 degrees and do 4 1/4 again. And now we're going to score diagonally. So line up your little points however you need to, whatever tool you're doing this with. So once you get it lined up, and I always want to double check that it didn't get moved while I was working on it, right? Thanks, Lori. Yeah, right, me too, Martha. If I get it wet, then the next thing I know, my hands are in it. And sometimes I will think, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to really pay close attention and not do that. And then I'll forget. And then I do it anyway. Okay. So we're going to do it both directions. So one score in the middle this way, score in the middle this way, turn it so it's scored, and then do diagonal scores from corner to corner. Okay, now then on one of the straight ones, we need to do, we are going to just score, or not score, we're going to cut it. So in one of the straight lines, I'll just do this so we can see better. So we're going to only cut here, okay? So lie that up. And I can pull it down to 4 1/4. And sink that in there and just slice through. And you want to be careful not to go, don't go very far past that. If you end up doing it, be real careful. Okay, and then, so here's this. This is going to be like the part that stays flat. And then this will start folding on this side. And so grab this and make a mountain fold on your diagonal. And all of the diagonal folds are going to be that mountain fold. And then the other ones will be the valley fold, just like that. And just do each of those. The only part that doesn't get folded is that part that is to the bottom left. And that one you want to stay flat and no folds. Okay. Now it's going to have a score mark, but don't fold it, okay? So now you've got it like this, okay? So this one stays flat, so start your folds at the right. Mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley fold, okay? Now, I've got some things already ready just to, you know, put on here. And I've just done some other text pages, and I have mounted them to another lightweight piece that's just the same size. So these are 4 inches. So we'll have a tiny bit of a border around here. And I might want to even, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to do any more inking or not. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. And go ahead and use your bone folder and give it a nice crease. And so you could put some music on here. And so this would be the front. I forgot what I had that I was going to put on the front. I think I didn't bring them in here, you guys. I had some of those little fun little things that are kind of transparent, like little transparent sticker flower things. I don't know what I did with them. Okay, so here's our little thing that we were doing before that we've been working on. And I've got a page in here. So here's how, you know, this is how it's looking so far. This one of my favorite things always are these little accordion or these little expanded pockets. I love those. So we've got that. And then where's the middle? Oh, here we go. And here's our one that we did last time. This was one that we changed the dimensions for a card, and we made it in here. Now this one, we're not going to have to change the dimensions because it's a nice size width-wise. You could do it a little bit wider if you wanted to, but when I, put it on here, I'm like, I think that is a nice size to just be in there. And so, very same size. Started with an 8.5. Okay, so now we've got these, and I think I want to use one of the music ones to go on the front. I think that'll be a nice thing for the rest of the goodies here. Sometimes I like to even see how many music notes there are to see how much music we've got, right? Okay, so I think we're good, and let's do that. And I think we could, I almost think we need to do some inking, but because these edges are inked already, I think we can go ahead and put this on and ink it afterwards. I'm gonna use this glue because it'll grab fast and dry. The other one, it'll give us enough time to move it around if we need to. But I'm just gonna do this. Otherwise, I won't be able to ink it very fast. So there's the front. We'll just put that on there. Move it in so we've got a little bit of a border. You might want to put it down. Okay. Now then, if you might want to fold it out and see what you think. I mean, if you want some of these other things to be like the right direction when you do it, lay it out like this so you know. And I'm gonna put music on both of these, and then text on kitty corner. So for doing this one, and I might have to check every time, you guys. So this is the part that needs glue, because that's the part that's gonna fold. Oh, that's a scratchy noise. And just our little border. It's not much of a border. It's only that about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And so this one gets glued on that side. And if you want to mark which side, oh, I didn't show that again. If you need to mark which side that you're gluing to, you can do like this. Fold it up, do all of the angles, and then this top one is the one you're going to fold to. So not the underneath. So as it folds around like this, those were the ones that, the panels that get the glue. And then this one is the whole thing. You just glue the whole thing down on this one. So I can just put my glue on this time. And of course, then you just decorate either one of them however you want to, right? Okay. Now, let's give it a little bit of, oh, thanks, Diane. Let's give it a little bit of ink, because I think we've got enough ink going on here. Don't you think? What do you guys think? Do you think we should ink it? So if we put it on here, it's got this little light color around. What do you think? Should we ink it or just leave it the cream color? And we've got enough, room either way. We could put a little bit of a pocket down here. Oh, I know what we should do. Hang on a second. Hold the phone. I wonder, Should we glue it down? Okay, do we want to glue it down, or do we want to make like a little belly band here and then have it tucked in? What do you think? Light, yeah, light ink. Well, of course you do, Diane. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you want to try it. Yeah, I think so. Let's do that. Let's do a belly band. Let's see. Which side should we use? If we use this, it's going to be different things. And obviously this would be different things. What do you think? Postcards or script? Which side shall we use to do the belly band, you guys? Yes, there are always two sides to paper. Oh, that's always a... Well, we didn't... You can do a lot of this without spending much, though. You need a piece of paper, and then you need some other paper to put over the top of it. Paper, paper, paper. What do you think, you guys? The script or the postcards? Of course, we'd have to turn it the other way. I don't know. I kind of think the postcards. You've got the script one over here. That one does... That's not a belly band, though. That one, you know, is part of this. The script, you think the script too again? There's a lot of it. That would be kind of fun. Should we line it up with this one? That'd be kind of fun. Or should we just go somewhere completely different? You know, I usually think I am not too much into... Or we could put a pocket to put it in. Belly band or pocket? Of course, if we do that, people are like, what in the heck? I did kind of like that it would be glued down. And then all of this will just be fun to open. If you took it out, though, you'd have the whole back side. You could write little things. You could do some journaling or whatever you wanted to on it. Like I always say, there's so many options. Okay, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a length off. And we don't need it nearly that wide. I'm going to have it kind of wider, though. That way it'll look a little bit different than the other one. I think the other one was about 1 inch wide, probably. Let's do this like 1 3/4 inches. How about that? Well, and I'm just going to score it. Just scoring. Now, I think what I probably need to do is I probably need to make this, because it would be so tight, there's not a lot of room there. So I'm going to give us a little more room and put glue tabs under it so that we've got enough room to get it in there. And about here. And we'll fold it there. Here's where the precise measuring comes in. Right? Precise. Okay, now, because it's so tight, I'm going to curve these edges a tiny bit. Even though they're going to be hidden, I think that'll make it a little easier to slide it in. It won't have those little, I don't know, I just think sometimes the little corners like that make stuff get kind of stuck. Okay. Oh, look, we almost got that piece right in the middle. Okay, we'll put that here. All right. Let's do it. We just need the glue now. Just glue it down. I want a good amount of glue on this one. Don't you love how many different ways there are to do things? So I'm going to have it just about where that one ends. You know, maybe I maybe better not do that. Hang on. I better put it over the top and make sure it'll fit. There. It's going to be plenty snug. Okay. There. Look at how much it needed to pop up to accommodate that, you guys. I'd have never gotten that in there if I didn't do that. So let's let that dry a minute, and let's just go ahead and give it a little ink now. We can still do that. Oh my goodness. Martha, you left your cover off your ink and stuff. I'm always doing stuff like that, and it makes me so unhappy. Sometimes I'll have different kinds of ink pens, you know, or some, you know, something that's got thing like that, and then it makes me so aggravated, because depending on what it is, that might have been it. That was just the end. Boy, this is tricky to see where you need to put some ink. But just a little bit, just a hint, just a kiss of ink. Just to make it blend in a little bit better. Okay, so we got those edges. Not this one. This one needs a little bit more. Oh, you guys, don't watch this part. If you do this, you'll just have to do that yourself. That you just have to twist and turn to figure out where you needed your ink, right? Okay. Did you ever notice when we do this, it's almost like it ends up taking us longer to do the ones to go in the junk journal than the one that went to that was going to be a card. But we like to play, don't we? We like to play. You know, I guess since a lot of this gets shown, it wouldn't hurt to give some of it a little bit more color. Just a tiny hint. Okay, let's see. Is that it? That one doesn't show. I think that's it. Nope. Not right. Two more. Little bit more here. And I think I need to fold this one the other way for a second, just in case. Yep, that didn't get any. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see. I think so. So then we can just flip it around here. Kind of reminds me of a pinwheel. Okay, so I mean, you need to either lay it out, either do your little arrows and make them all kind of spiral around, or lay it out like this so you know which ones that you want. And I don't mind doing that. I think it makes more sense, right? Yes, I tell you what though, if you're gonna try to, if it's something that is water-based ink, Martha, make sure that you use some distilled water. Don't use tap water on it, because as creepy as that is to think that we're, that tap water, if you put it in products and just let it set for a while, you can end up with it getting moldy. So that's icky. So be sure and use distilled water when you do that. Okay, so there it fits right in. Now if we wanted to, we still could put a tiny bit of something down here. Or just, some other decor or something. We've got this. I don't know, if you put this down here though, then when you're tucking stuff in, then it's going to be up and over this part, which that wouldn't be a bad thing. And maybe I will do that. And maybe I won't. But there we go. There's our fun little fold. And I think this is going to be nice because it's going to have some pressure keeping it in here, all closed up. And that's really going to be nice to flatten that one down. And then here was our other one that we made. That was the card. So our little card like this. And there you have it, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to be live tomorrow, not on my page. I'm going to be in the Summer Sun event with Sacred Treasure House in the private group. So that's where I will be doing my live tomorrow, you guys. Okay. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Oh, thanks, Estella. So that was kind of fun. You guys like seeing how to, use one in a card as well as, or to make a card and then turn it into something for a junk journal too? Do you like when we do that? I'm curious. Because I know lots of you are junk journalers. So I think that's kind of fun. We get a 2-for-1, right? Excellent. You're welcome, Roberta. Oh, thanks, Molly. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. And so I will be live again on Thursday. Is going to be Paper Pals, you guys, over in the Junk Journaling group. Paper Pals is always fun. And you get to guess what in the world is the secret element, right? We always have a secret element going on, and everybody will be using it. And you have to, excuse me, you have to guess what it is. So I hope you will come and join us on that day. I think I am live that day at, I don't know. Look at my schedule I posted. And maybe the schedule I post is right. You guys, I had to redo my schedule again because I looked at it, and when I said my thing was tomorrow, when they put the schedule for the event tomorrow, I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's not what I told everybody. Hey there. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jeannie. How are you guys doing? You are popping here at the last minute. I will show you real quick what we did so you can just have a quick peek. How about that? So we did this card, and so it opens up like this and just spins all around. We didn't do a lot of decorating in it, but mostly how to make the card. And so isn't that a fun little card? And then we took it and we made one to put in a junk journal, and we just did a belly band to hold it together, and we used some text and music on it to put in our junk journal. So kind of a fun card. Thanks for popping in, everybody, and I'll see all of you on Thursday. Okay, bye-bye.